I love how you went that route because I kind of went the other way.
Oh, really?
So I thought that was really interesting. I went more towards. Well, would you agree that like feeling safe is like a physical and emotional thing, generally with your family? See if you feel safe or not in that
Yeah.
environment.
I feel like, yeah, that is your, yeah, because you can be in a dangerous situation and feel safe. So that's a feeling.
So mine's gonna take a little bit of darker turn, but instead of
Go ahead.
more of um, what things can really there are a lot of right things that can happen when it comes to like your parents and you know how they raise you and how they make you feel safe and whatnot, but they won't always do that. There might be one or two things that just slip by.
Oh, shortcomings.
Yeah, shortcomings.
People are people, they're human.
No, there's also people who don't really aren't, I won't say as fortunate, but they are, maybe that is the word.
They're in a lot more risky situations.
In terms of parental figures.
Yeah.
So some people may not have, you know, a mother. Some people may not have father. Some might not have both and just have grandparents, that type of stuff. That can affect you very heavily. So if you're thinking of it from that standpoint, it's just, I want to say it's a bit more difficult. Obviously, I wouldn't understand because I'm not in that position, but it's just another thing to look at, which I thought was interesting because you went with how, you know, being a leader for your younger self, whereas this is more of, hey,
how not to fuck up?
not really, not how to fuck up, just more of, I want to say signs.
And signs you're not doing what you're supposed to or not being.
Pretty much. It's the way I wanted it to work was just things to help identify if you have been in those situations or in those things, and if you were able to overcome it or you fixed it while you were growing up. So, you know, some things that children would grow up feeling unsafe would be having strict parents. For example, my parents were strict. I was never really having to show emotion or given emotion. So that was a shortcoming on their end because I didn't know how to process my emotions. And other people have different things, like having opinions is bad. Parents will automatically shut it down, or someone in their family will just automatically shut it down. I'm saying family just because as a child, that's who you're really around most of the time.
Yeah.
So I just want to make that clear.
It's not necessarily your family, just.
But yeah, children being punished when they speak up or act differently because they want to, you know, play, have fun, that sort of stuff. Just very strict parents that won't let them really do anything, you know, be spontaneous, show any anger or joy, and just overall being shamed.
So that would be parents. Like contradicting the inner child, like shoving that shit down.
Yeah.
So in that definition, the hidden part would probably be the part that, or the reason why it would be hidden is because of things like this.
Yeah, it just feels like you're covering it up and then you're just letting it sit there. All that is just bottled up emotion at that point. So, you know, it will break. You will break, you know, doing that. But pretty much just a lot of just verbalizing and just lowering that child's ego and
you mean self-esteem or something like that? Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Self-esteem. And it just really hurts. And that could lead to multiple problems too.